it just keeps getting colder, and that's why I'm donning a dressing gown today.
Yeah, you look cozy.
Couple finities. Got
And
my Uggs on. Yeah,
I'm not a big Ugg
comfortable.
guy. I got sweaty feet.
And you know what it is, Jed, is that we're very grounded on the show. All right, I'm the common man. I'm not afraid to show the Blanganese what I'm like in my day-to-day life.
Welcome back to another episode of the Blanga podcast. It's good. Weight off our shoulders. Exams are done.
Look, we said we were going to go out there and do a job, and Jed, we did go out there and do a job.
Exams tick. No guilt-free, free time now.
Yeah, look, we're putting our time where it matters now.
Yeah, and the annoying thing is, now that I've got all this free time, like, I won't find Wordle as interesting. I won't find connections as much of a must-do in the morning before I do anything else in the day.
Yeah.
Like, all that stuff that is a lot of fun, it loses its value, which is a bit of a shame.
But, Jed, big news on the agenda. 500 followers on Instagram.
Congratulations.
Hey, mate,
Congratulations.
hey, well done. It's, look, we didn't think we'd get there, like, super surreal. Full credit to the boys.
I think I saw some fact, I'm not sure who said it, but it was the quickest podcast to ever reach 500 followers.
500 genuine followers. None of them are fake.
Zero bots.
Go through and check them. Like, we only run legitimacy. Over at the Blanga podcast. But we just want to say thank you, Blanganese. It's been an absolute... It's been a good ride.
It's the start of something special.
Start of something special. I mean, we're only like 12 eps in. And you were pulling in these kind of numbers, Jed.
How many? 500 divided by 12.
Yeah, look. We'll
it's a lot of followers per episode.
A lot of followers per episode. The play of the week this week is... And it doesn't really apply for everyone. It's just living the royalties of being a podcaster, I think, Jed. Have beers on a Monday, rock up Tuesday morning. Had a little workout this morning, roll into the podcast, have a nice lunch, and then we're going to go play some golf this afternoon.
We actually are going to get ourselves a nice little lunch, aren't we? Are we going to duck down?
I think we're going to duck down.
We're going to duck down. We're
going to duck down, get an early lunch. Jed's going to go. He's got to let his cleaners in. I'm going to go drop a sandwich off to Maddie. And then we're going to go play 9 holes of golf.
That'll be a nice end to the day, actually. Well, what's been really weighing on my mind is the World Test Championship loss.
Honestly, I was kind of mulling it over in my mind after we, took a famous L. And you know what? It was one of those things where I wasn't actually that upset.
The only thing I'm going to be annoyed about is we can no longer say we hold all the trophies in the world right now.
Yeah.
That's a bit annoying. In a game where we needed our top 6 to score runs, none of them did. In that second innings, I think the top score was like 13 from the top 6.
Yeah, awful stuff.
That was embarrassing.
We'll go through the hierarchy of batsmen, Jed, if you will.
What, the locks?
Yeah. So, look, I think, obviously, Smudge lock, Trav lock.
So 4 and 5.
The slug from Snug, Bowie Webb.
Yeah,
lock.
He's a lock at 6 right now.
Kid didn't show too much with the ball, but God, he was seeing him like beach balls with the bat.
Yeah, he knows how to score runs when they matter.
Yeah, 100%.
Like he knows. I don't know. He's a big innings guy, but he's like a big.
No, you know what
runs
he is,
when
Jed?
they count.
He's a big maturity guy when he comes in and he's needed, and you need, you can separate the boys from the men.
You can tell that though, because he's not afraid to get an earring out.
Nah. Does he bat with it in?
I think he bats with it in.
So that's almost like kind of the flamboyancy you need down there at number 6.
Because he's showing he's flamboyant on the ear, but he's calm on the inside.
Yeah, correct.
And that little stud he has in the left ear.
Yeah.
It's very strong.
It's very strong. He knows how to field too. He fielded very well, Mad, his dad.
Yeah.
So we've got the Slug, Smudge, Trav. The bowlers are safe.
So 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, pretty much 4, 5, 6. Safe.
I think Mark Taylor or Jared Waitley was saying how we got abundance of options for 4, 5, 6. You could put Josh Inglis in there. Cam Green would like a position in the 4, 5, 6, but our top 3 is what needs to be settled down.
Yeah.
I think we got a blood semi-constus.
I think we do as well.
I think it was 8 days' time in the West Indies series, 7 days' time it starts.
Yeah, pretty soon. Smudge will miss out for that one, so that'll actually give us a little bit of room to work with, I think, which is nice.
I reckon Marnus may keep a spot then.
Marnus may keep a spot. My worry is they're going to go over there when it's a little bit easier, and blokes who haven't been scoring runs are going to score runs, and it's going to put their name forward to play Ashes when it really shouldn't. So I'm thinking, look, you go look at Usman Khawadra. who scored runs on a slow deck in Sri Lanka on these slower wickets. Going to put his name forward.
And like Uzi's back in form.
But he's not. And then he's going to get caught at second slip for every innings. And then, you've got this powerhouse of the game who's done so much for the jersey, as Billy keeps saying, who's going to have to get dropped mid-series because he's not scoring any runs. And I don't want that for him.
Well, you don't want a Daly Cherry Evans situation.
No, you don't.
You don't want him to leave not on his own terms.
Yeah, and you don't want to sack the old guy because it's just the old adage of Australian sport at the moment. It's just sack the old dude.
We were actually in England, and it made me think, what happened to Mitch Marsh? Last time we were in England, he was the only batsman who could score runs.
Yeah. And
all of a sudden, Slug from Snug comes along, great player. And then we get all these new fun toys, Cam Green, when we had a great all-rounder who could score runs in England already there.
And a great guy.
And a great team, man. We could tell the morale was down amongst the boys.
Yeah, because Mitchy Marsh wasn't in there cutting shapes, Jed.
Cutting shapes. He wasn't in there maybe doing a bit of a DJ set mid-rain delay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we've all seen the clips.
He's a great team, man. Playing a bit of air guitar.
Yeah, big time.
Jared Waitley was saying that our experiment of just having the top 6 batsmen, and it doesn't matter which order they bat in, is a failed one. 1, 2, and 3 are specialist positions.
They are.
I reckon Constis is going to attack the game. He's going to go back to his conventional ways of playing that got him into the Australian squad initially. He'll go over the Constis. He may not score runs in the
West Indies.
In the West Indies,
I think he will.
But he'll be blooded. He'll be blooded in.
Blooded. And you've seen blooding work. You've seen it not work. But I think Sam Constance, he's confident in front of a camera.
That little photo shoot with Phoebe Litchfield, he was loving it.
He was loving it.
And he's sponsored by RM Williams. Not a bad gig for the kid.
No, not at all. Kid's got a good muzz on him as well, just quietly.
A good moustache, sponsored by RM. I didn't notice the brands he was rocking in that little photo shoot. All RM with a North Face puffer.
Yeah.
My type of guy. My type of guy. He's got a bit of class about him, Sammy Constis.
Did he go to a private school?
Oh, did he ever? Yeah.
Can we fact check that?
Cranbrook, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. He's familiar with a fair few good facilities. He loves a good facility.
Sammy Constis is probably a man who's had to be told to pull his socks up, I reckon.
A few times, tuck your shirt in.
And there are a few in the Australian team that may not have ever had that.
No, Travis wouldn't have got that. I
don't
reckon.
Travis went to a very elite private school in Adelaide.
Do you know Travis didn't even play school cricket in year 12?
Thought school cricket was too easy.
Yeah, so he just played grade cricket in year 12 instead. And it worked out. Just like us, Smithy didn't even finish year 12. Left after grade 11 or 10.
Yeah, because he knew his talents were elsewhere.
Yeah, but at that stage he thought he was a leg spinner.
Jed, I want to talk about the bowlers. Scotty Boland, hard done by. Bit of a boys' club with Paddy C, Hoff and Starkey.
Like first in, best dressed sort of vibes.
But
they were there initially, so that means it's their jerseys? No.
No, and you know what it is? It's also a contradiction, Jed, because when Marnus got selected, it was a case of we were rewarding the people who got us here. What about Scotty Boland, who got about 20 wickets in the BGT? Where's his reward?
Yeah.
Where's Scotty's reward?
I think Stuart Broad was talking to commentary. One of the worst commentators around.
Yeah, had to turn it off.
There's a pitch map of when we can attack Scotty, which balls he can go after, and they said they looked at the pitch map and they said he landed on a handkerchief every single ball.
Yeah.
Not one outside the handkerchief besides the short ones. Any other team in the world, he'd be the number one strike bowler.
Yeah, he'd be their number one bowler. Exactly.
Cows had nobody, so it makes sense why they lost.
I'm not taking any chirp about the Cows. I refuse to, we how many people? We had 7 blokes out.
No, Cows can put it down to buy-round footy, and who can't put it down to buy-round footy? Full-strength Manly side except for Lehigh.
Yeah, no answers.
Turbo's lost it. He's in his own head.
Yeah, I know. Poor kid.
He's got the yips, poor fella.
He actually has got a famous case of the rugby league yips.
And they're hard to come by, the yips. Like Kalen Ponga's got a semi-case. Reece Walsh had one after he got knocked out last year, where you're just off. But Turbo's got some of the worst case of all time.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like, it reminds me of Space Jam. When the bad guys steal all their basketball powers.
Oh, classic. Yeah.
It's pretty much like that. Someone's taken Turbo's powers.
I think someone's taken Manly's powers. Like, it is ridiculous losing to the Titans.
I'm not, Michael Chalmers, friend of the show, reporter for Channel 9 and the Sydney Morning Herald, came out yesterday and he said after the game, Siebes had 7-minute interviews with everyone on the side and just had all the things they were doing bad. and then he got a couple bad reactions.
Yeah, it's almost like a go home and work on it yourself kind of thing.
Yeah,
Find out
figure out how to fix it instead of like, here, we're going to work and fix this one together. Got a few bad receptions. Saab's been dropped. Saab, famously decent ego on the kid, been dropped to New South Wales Cup.
Oh, seriously?
Croaks, New South Wales Cup this weekend.
Gosh.
Tommy Turbo's demoted to the centres, which is fair enough because poor Tommy's got a bad case of the Space Jams.
Yeah, he's got a bad case of the Space Jam.
And then, who else? Lehigh's back at fullback. And yeah, they're in absolute shudders. I reckon Seeb's got 2 more games to turn it around, apparently.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, well...
He'll be out the door.
He couldn't do it with the Bronx. Couldn't do it with... who else did he coach? He coached the Rabbitohs?
Yeah, he Rabbitohs, then he did a coach swap with the Broncos. We did Wayne and Seeb's coach swap because Seeb's was apparently the greatest thing ever back then. Then now he had the best cattle of all time at the Bronx. I think Jaden Sewer might have been at the club at that stage, or maybe just left. But we had Fafita, Haas. I think Tommy Dearden was at the club at that stage.
Tommy was there.
Like, talk about cattle.
Yeah, serious cattle.
And rugby league pedigree, but young pedigree, raw pedigree.
Yeah, very raw.
And he sent a few of those boys away because they couldn't handle it. Now he's gone to Manly, he's doing the same thing. But now Manly are only 1 win above the Titans. That's how close the competition is.
Oh, it's been a great... I think that's why Origin has been a little bit of a dull spectacle this year, I'd say, almost.
What?
A duller spectacle, just because the competition is so red hot.
Yeah, well, the aggression wasn't there in the first game.
Because think about the dark years of Penrith winning every year. And then the only light was...
A bit of reprieve.
Was Origin, and now, because the comp's so close...
Yeah, the Cowboys suck. Let's put it say it how it is.
But the thing is, like, we don't have the pedigree of the Broncos, Jed.
Tamalolo's back and he's got injured again.
Yeah.
I mean, you got more Origin reps than us these days.
But think of the pedigree that you have, Jed.
I mean, we got thoroughbreds, but...
Bunch of superstars.
Talk about that. Do you see the Broncos new logo?
Yeah, look, what your little show pony that you guys are going to integrate. Yeah, it's fitting, I think.
No, it's actually quite... Broncos have always been trendsetters. They've always been ahead of their time, and it's similar to what the European soccer clubs are doing. They simplify the logo.
It's a soft
make it
logo.
Slicker. I don't think it's soft at all.
It's very soft. It's a pony.
Dubbo was
That's a Bronco.
Well, that's a Bronco. Have you seen the logo? The logo looks like a thoroughbred.
But it's. I think it looks more like maybe a Shetland pony. I think.
Nah, you're just salty because the Cowboys suck.
Well,
they don't have the marketing.
We've got a very nice logo, a nice set of bull horns.
You haven't even got the marketing money to get another logo. You could do so much better with the bull horns. The bull horns like one of the coolest things you can do.
Yeah, but
I think of Texas. Texas
has
the sickest logo.
You know, I'm actually not trying to. I'm not trying to get hostile here. I'm on your side. I think the Broncos logo that you've got on your shorts there is cool.
What I am excited to do though is once this new logo comes along, then I'll have a retro jersey with the old logo.
Yeah.
And in 10 more years, it's going to get even cooler. Because I'm just throwing out a lot of jabs at the Cows right now.
Yeah, there are a lot of... I mean, fair enough. Look, we had a pretty tough day
as a
at the
man
office.
who famously tries to rage bait the Broncos supporters.
Yeah, I do really like to rage. Look, when you guys start losing again and you got no answers, well, I'll be throwing the same kind of chat.
We'll have all the answers in the world. Payne Haas, Paddy Carrigan, they call them the answer. But Allen Iverson about them, the answer.
We need to talk about Origin.
We do need to talk about Origin.
I think Luai coming back... Like, you're not a big dog, bruh. You know what it is? It's your ex-girlfriend taking you back.
Exactly. And they didn't want you initially, but it's the best they're going to get. So they get.
And now you come crawling back. It's not like, you're coming out of retirement and coming back.
Laurie does not rate you as a player.
No. And, the team probably hates you. Your state doesn't really like you that much because, you're not a very nice person.
He hasn't got the dog in him, even though he said he hasn't. Gus Gould says it makes the team even more dangerous, which is not true. At all.
Yeah. Oh, I actually don't want to talk. Gus is such a loser. I can't. I famously just hate him.
On 100% footy last night, Gus said that with the team they've picked, he can't see how the team they've picked is going to beat New South Wales. He said that there's no answers in the selection room.
Yeah, and then after Queensland win, he's going to say, I didn't say that.
Yeah, well, I didn't consider the fact that Paddy Carrigan's an absolute thoroughbred. Well, he is a thoroughbred. He should have known that from the start.
Yeah, and look, here on the Blanga podcast, we're going to keep receipts, Gus.
We're going to keep the receipts. And it's just like how Paul Gallen says the worst Queensland team ever. That's Gus Gould saying it.
That's receipts. I can't wait till we win on Wednesday.
Yeah, that would be special. I hope the boys fire up. I reckon something special. Paddy's going to come on. You know,
They've got Tommy Dearden at the helm.
he's going to slow that ruck.
He's going to slow that ruck.
They're not going to any ruck speed. Trent Long Arms Liero.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a rough listen.
Yeah. I can't believe he's starting. I love it.
Well, he's played for the Storm. If you play for the Storm, you're already halfway to your rep jersey.
Yeah, big time.
I think Paddy Carrigan man of the match. I honestly believe it. I reckon Cam Munster as captain, he'll step up to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
But I reckon Paddy's going to take it personally. Not only that it's been dropped to the bench, because he's like, obviously he's a team man. He's one of the best team mans around.
Yeah.
But he's going to say, not only do I belong to start this game, but also I'm going to put Queensland on my back. We're going to win this series. Get on, fellas.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited about that for Paddy. I think it's going to be a legacy game for my man.
Yeah, I think it could be solidifying maybe as player of the series, because obviously when we win this one, off the back of Paddy coming off the bench.
Yeah, he'll get us so much go forward for Tommy and Cam to build on.
Yeah, 100%.
I think Tino's got receipts from game one.
Mm-hmm.
I think Tino wasn't happy. He was trying too much. He was too emotional.
He was emotional, which I like.
It's going to be business. We're going to kick to Spencer and we're going to absolutely whack him.
Put one on his chin.
You know who I reckon's going to whack him? Our littlest middle, Kurt Mann.
Oh, I love Kurt Mann.
I reckon Kurt Mann's the man to hit him if anyone is.
And
show that Queensland spirit. Doesn't matter how big you are.
You know who's a new friend? Well, not a new friend. He's just kind of come into my radar. Jetta kind of came across my desk. Mo Fodawaker. I'm just a huge fan of Mo.
He's got a lot of heart in him.
He does. I just think he's a silent operator.
Yeah.
And
he goes under the radar.
He does.
Cleary came out and denied the rumours that he's going to make the code switch.
Yeah.
Set him sign for 2 more years and not moving.
Oh.
So that's a bit of a Timmy Horan just.
Timmy Horan's just ruined it for everyone.
One of the all-time gaslights. Yeah. Cleary's coming to Union. No.
Nope, he's staying at league. The pub of the week this week is not the Newie. Look, we're going to switch up this week, try something different. The pub of the week this week is the Brun, the Brunswick Hotel.
Well, it's just we went there last night.
Went there last night, post-exams. The Palmies Jedi, I got the regular Palmy. There were a few different varieties. I had a mac and cheese Palmy.
I got the meat lovers Palmy. Actually, really good.
Yeah, cool.
I recommend it.
You got some calamari on the top, I think, as well.
Yeah, and $2 off. And it's Palmy Mondays. It isn't all bad.
It isn't all bad. Pool table's got a tap to pay on it, which is kind of cool.
But they sting you because they say $3, and then every 10 seconds it's switch plus 25 cents surcharge, so it's $3.25. Yeah,
but you got to find it at the right time. I still to this day sometimes I go to the doctor with mum and I just go to the receptionist. I freeze up.
Yeah, I hate not going to my mum when I'm the patient.
How do I pay? How do I? What do I do? It's just because you go up to the receptionist like Medicare. Boober, I'm like, I don't have these things. I'm not sure.
That was like this morning. I was like, do I need the Defence Health card? Do I need the Medicare card?
Yeah, like, my veterans card. Do I even have one of them?
Yeah. Whenever I go with mum, they're like, she's the one booking my next appointment. And she's like, Jed, will you be free this date? I don't know, mum. Will I be free?
I'm not sure. I don't have a calendar.
You're doing my schedule, aren't you?
Yeah.
Not anymore, though.
Not anymore.
It's a scary thing about being 18.
We're 20 now. We're almost 20.
I hate it when it's like, you're sick and mum's like, oh... And like, say you're trying to get your flu shots, you should book it. Mum, aren't you the one who does my medical stuff?
Yeah. I'm like, Mum, I'm feeling a bit sick. I think I need to go to the doctor. She's like, oh, well, you have to ring her up and book it. I'm like, well, I can't do that. I'm not going to the doctors then.
I'm the ill one. It's just things like that, as you get a bit older.
It's scary. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be sending out the Facebook invies. The hats are on the way still. There'll be more information about that. Jed, you got anything to add?
Go Queensland. That's about it.
Yeah, go Queensland. All right. Catch ya.